Joe, why don't we just pick it up on the fact that Canada only represents 1.5% of global emissions, and yet we are leading the charge in terms of really hurting so many of our industries with increased regulation, increased carbon tax, and really discouraging foreign direct investment. I mean, we saw billions and billions of dollars leave Canada over the past 8 years, and quite early on, quite frankly, because of the policies in these large corporations recognizing it's going to be too tough to do business in Canada.
Well, I think this is a critical issue because it goes to to one of our greatest problems, which is weakened productivity, which can be measured by GDP per capita, which in turn measures the personal prosperity of people. And in that regard, we've been pretty well flat. And the OECD predicted that in the next 20 years, our growth will only be 0.7%, and then for the 20 years after that, 0.8%, which will be make us the poorest performing country among the 38 members of the OECD. That is the richest countries in the world, and that's pretty sad and frankly alarming. And why people aren't talking about that more, I don't know. They're sort of starting to, and one of the reasons for that is that we have squandered the immense natural resource riches by not exploiting them. We have the third or fourth largest proven oil reserves in the world, and the fourth or fifth, depending on the year, proven natural gas reserves. So we're sacrificing the most by shutting down and blocking our resources. But when I say the most, actually the other countries aren't doing it. Those countries blessed enough to have vast resources are doing everything they can to exploit them. I mean, right now, the government is getting I think about $15 billion a year from the energy sector, and it accounts for $154 billion in exports. If we were to be able to start exporting to overseas markets, which we can't do right now because we don't have the pipelines to Tidewater, those numbers would go way up, and Canadians overall would be enriched by that process, and we would have more energy security, a better national security, less division in the country, stronger national
better hospitals.
unity.
Better hospitals,
exactly.
improved hospitals, improved healthcare, improved education.
Precisely. And people don't draw the line between what we're doing to our resource sector by trying to transition it out of business to the fact that their grandfather or grandmother is in a gurney in a hospital waiting room. I mean, you know, there's a direct tie.
Draw the line.
But people don't see it. And I recall, a meeting that I had with Xi Jinping, the president of China, with the then Governor General David Johnson, and it was quite interesting because we talked about what I had been raising for some time, which is that China and Canada, in spite of its fairly profound differences, have a strategic complementarity, and that is that we need more markets to export our oil and gas, and China needs more sources of energy so it doesn't rely entirely on unstable dictatorships. So there's an opportunity for a deal, but literally we can't deliver, and that's tragic.
Right. Physically we can't. And those conversations with respect to China may be different today, but the point is that we just didn't build the LNG facilities on a timely basis to be able to capture the need overseas, whether it was China and or other areas globally that we could have exported to. Joe, my program is called The Buck Stops Here. What's your last word of wisdom? We've got about 20 seconds.
Well, I hope this government and certainly the next government will focus on things that will grow the economy, because that's the way to help the poorest in the country, to provide wealth and social services to everyone, and make Canada become the great country we know it deserves to be.
All right, Joe, thank you very much. We'll leave it there. Great to be with you.
Okay, thank you.